Evam nirantarabhyasta brahmaivasmiti Vāsana haritya vidya vikshepang roganiva rasāyanam. Evam, thus, nirantarabhyasta, practiced constantly, brahmaivasmi, I am Brahman, iti, thus, Vāsana, impression, harati, destroys, avidya vikshepan, ignorance and agitation caused by it, rogan, disease, eva, like, rasāyanam, medicine. Infusing the mind with the impression, I am Brahman, by uninterrupted reflection, destroys ignorance and its distractions, as Āyurvedic rasāyana medicine destroys diseases. Namaste. So, this verse gives the method of manana, how to infuse the mind with the impression, I am Brahman. Actually, he says, Brahmaivasmiti Vāsana. It's not impression, it's impressions, plural. And it's more than just an impression. You are trying to generate a habitual mental state. That's what Vāsana means. And Vāsana, plural, means you generate many of them to fill the mind with these impressions. I am Brahman, I am Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. Or as it says here, Brahmaivasmiti. So, Iva, indeed, iti, this, Brahmaiva, I am Brahman. This destroys the ignorance that I am this body, I am this mind, I am Joe Schmo from Kokomo, or whatever we think we are. That is overlaid, displaced by I am Brahman. That's what we want. But since we have millions of impressions of I am the body and so on, it takes a long time. Or there is a shortcut. We can understand the philosophy, the view of Ajatavada, that this world is an illusion. And if we really get that, I don't mean just as an intellectual exercise, but if we really see that, if we really understand it deeply, then we can overcome many, many vasanas by that view, because they don't show up in that view. If we take the viewpoint, the world is unborn, that's what ajata means. And that is the home or the natural view of turiya consciousness. Or even if we take the view of the world is an illusion, vivartavada, the vasanas that say, I am the body, I am the mind, and so on, don't even show up. Just like if we go up to the summit of a very high mountain and we look down where we came from, the valley and its villages and farms, animals and people are insignificant. They actually don't even show up. They're too far away. So in the same way, if we move our point of view from I am the body and I am this and I am that, material designations, to the point of view of the world is an illusion or the world is unborn, doesn't even exist. The world is so far away, it doesn't even show up. That's what we want. And the example given is that the Āyurvedic medicine, rasāyana. Now, rasāyana, rasa means the essence of something. It also means nectar, sweetness. And ayanam is a medicine derived from it. So when we take the nectar of this philosophy, which is the views, the points of view, the states of consciousness, the yoga practices, Raja Yoga and Jnana Yoga, and we adopt those views, those practices, and those states of consciousness exclusively, then the material world doesn't even show up. All those vasanas are automatically wiped out. We don't even have to neti them. They're just not there. So this is what we have to do. The rasāyana of the Vedic philosophy is that the world is an illusion. The world doesn't even really exist. Why? Because it's a product. It's an effect. It has a beginning and an end. So it does not have absolute reality. That's Brahman. Brahman is the absolute, and consciousness is its symptom. So the fact that all living beings are conscious and display the symptoms of consciousness, Jagrat, Svapna, Sushupti, and Turiya, means that all these beings are actually Brahman. And of course, that includes us, ourself. Ourself, myself, yourself, the self in that stray cat that comes around begging every morning, are all Brahman, simply covered by upadhis. An upadhi is a limiting adjunct. It makes the unlimited seem limited. It makes unlimited Brahman seem like the limited self of the ego or the mind or the cat or the dog body or whatever, wherever it appears. So just like the illusion of water in the desert or land seen on the ocean or a city in the sky, which is actually just clouds on the horizon, is seen only in specific conditions. It's conditioned. It's conditional. For example, seeing the mirage of water in the desert requires a boundary layer between two levels of atmosphere at different temperatures. And the same with seeing islands in the sea that aren't there, or seeing a city in the sky, which is actually just clouds backlit by the sun at dawn or sunset. They all depend on some medium reflecting the actual reality in a distorted way. In other words, a funhouse mirror, a mirror that distorts the thing it reflects. And similarly, our conditioned consciousness reflects the self with a capital S, Brahman, in a distorted way. It appears to be limited, personal, distinctive, particularized. But actually, Brahman is not. It can't be, because Brahman is the greatest, and it's unconditioned, unbound, no limits. So we have to cross the Rubicon, as it were. We have to go from these conditioned consciousness states to the unconditioned consciousness. And how do we do that? By repetition. Repetitive thinking and visualizing the state of being, I am Brahman, and trying to see everything from that point of view, knowing that the body, the mind, the feelings, the thoughts, the senses, the sense objects, these so-called possessions and distinctions, and the labels that we put on everything, the name and form, is all illusion. And it's going to go away. When? Well, that's up to us. As soon as we adopt the higher views, the lower ones disappear. And that is the nature of yoga. That is the real nature of siddhasana. When we sit down and we take a decision, all right, this is it. I'm not going to rise from this seat until I am seeing things from the point of view of Brahman. And that's enlightenment. That is self-realization. That is the goal.
Tat Sat Om Shakti Om